Today I'm going to show you how to install a large photo cutout. And as you can see, this can get a little tricky because of the very unique shape to a photo cutout. I'm going to show you a couple steps to make this really easy. First thing you're going to want to do is make sure you got a really dry and clean surface. And you're going to want to grab some painter's tape or masking tape, something that won't damage your wall with it stuck to it. You can also take a little piece and test it first before you actually get going. You're going to want to grab scissors. You can go ahead and you might need a measuring tape if you want to measure it in any distance to your wall, but I'm just going to position this one freely on the wall right now. So say I want it right there. What I'm going to do, since the tape won't really stick to the liner, I'm going to go from the wall to the liner. I'm just going to come across, make contact with the graphic, just barely. You don't want to push down too hard on the graphic. You can go ahead and cut that there. And same thing over here. And right now would be a good time to just step back and take a look at it and see if it's in the right spot. And then if you're satisfied with the spot, just go ahead, work any air gaps out as you're going down. And then you're going to create a hinge. So basically, this hinge is going to act as, it's going to hold the graphic to the wall. When we pull the graphic off of the liner, we're going to cut the liner off, apply this section, remove the tape, and then just work our way down. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. If you're doing this with your hands, you're going to want to make sure you use gloves, just cotton gloves, because you're going to be touching the graphic a lot. If you're using a squeegee, you can do it without gloves. Just make sure you don't push down too hard and damage the graphic. Go ahead and just peel off each section of the unique shape. You're going to want to make sure with the vinyl that you don't pull down too hard and accidentally rip right at one of the corners. I'm using the StickleMe brand here, which is very durable. I couldn't rip this if I tried. Okay, so we're down to our hinge there. Now we're going to want to cut this liner horizontally. Now once that's removed, you just go ahead, come up the center, and as soon as you see it making contact with the wall, just sweep to the edges. And then basically the graphics adhere to the wall now, and to create less bubbles you're going to want to make sure you just keep going side to side evenly until you reach the top. And with the unique shapes, just kind of when you get to them, just go ahead and push them straight up. This is with our StickleMe brand again. If you see any bubbles or wrinkles, just go ahead and it's very removable and restickable. Just go ahead and reapply. It sticks to itself. You can just pull it apart. With the vinyl, that might be a little bit trickier, but with StickleMe, you can just go like that and peel it apart. Apply that. And then if you have any bubbles with the vinyl, you just take a pin, pop that part, and just work out the air gap through the hole that you create. And now with this adhered to the wall, you can go ahead and remove your hinge. Just make sure you go slowly so you're not taking anything away from the graphic. And then at this point, with a second person, this gets really easy. By yourself, it can get a little tricky. You can go ahead and just roll the graphic up. You just want to take it until you can see the liner where it's very loose. You can see it's stuck right here. Just go up a little bit higher and it's all exposed now. So now with the second person, you would have them pull this down as you're evenly applying the graphic the rest of the way down. By myself, I usually just go about a foot, sweep across. Just make sure when you're rolling it down, if you hold this close to the wall, it shouldn't create any air gaps. Just come down. It pretty much just applies itself to the wall. You see how I got a little too fast there and I got a couple air bubbles. Go ahead and peel that back up. So just like that, we applied the photo cutout. And with the vinyl, it's completely removable, although it is pressure sensitive. So once you have it applied to the wall with the vinyl, you're going to want to make sure you really adhere it to the wall perfectly and evenly. And if you want to put a cloth over your squeegee, just so you don't damage your graphic at all, that always helps. And then with StickleMe, it's truly restickable. I can pull this off right now and transfer it to another wall. So, like that. You can see how easy that was to remove. Using a second person to reapply it might be a little easier because there's no liner. But as long as you just kind of position it where you need it. And that's how you install a photo cutout.